Hello everybody! Today I'm bringing you a layout made with this sketch from the Sketches in Time blog. Time is spelled T-H-Y-M-E. It's sketch number 217. I have these two photos from a dinner night with some friends of mine. First, the pizza we ate, that I was just showing you the sketch there. First the pizza we ate, and then the fire that we made later on to just relax by and enjoy a glass of wine after our pizza. So I'm starting out with this background paper. I just bought the Maggie Holmes Open Book 12 by 12 paper pad at Tuesday morning, and this paper is actually called Dearest. I love this because not only is it a really beautiful dark wood grain, and I really seem to like the dark wood grains to use, but it has almost it almost looks like it's been embossed or stenciled on. There's like a filigree design in the bottom right corner and the top left corner. So I decided I wanted to use that kind of red. It's a combination between red and pink plus paper. That is from Crate Paper Wonder, and the name of that paper is Bright. I like that because it really brings or pops up the red of the tomato sauce on the pizza. And then the other piece of paper that I decided I wanted to use there is that green stripe paper from Maggie Holmes Shine, and it's called Charming. I decided I wanted to place those photos a little bit askew on that doily. The doily is from the Paper Studio. It's just a craft color. And then there is a border at the top and the bottom of the sketch. So what I decided to do was use that border strip from Maggie Holmes Flea Market from the accent sticker sheet, and then I just used another piece of Charming paper at the bottom. And I thought that that's what I was going to do for a while anyway. And as I was working with, I thought, oh wait, I probably want to ink all these papers. It just gives them a commonality, especially because I don't have a paper with all the colors in it that I'm using, although really that border sticker really pretty much does. But I like to ink to bring things together, especially if I'm not using like a multicolored stripe or dot with all the colors in it. So I have that paper on there, and I was just measuring it because the paper was longer than 12 inches. I didn't understand it, so I wanted to make sure that my background was actually 12 inches wide. So as I was looking at that, I hadn't planned on doing the Charming paper at the top, but I just thought, well, let me try this, and I did, and I really liked the way that looked underneath the border sticker, because in the sketch there is more than one layer of paper at the top and bottom border. And I'm only going to use the paper, the Charming paper, but I am going to use the border sticker in both spots. Again, something that as I was thinking about this, I wasn't going to do, but decided that I would as I was working with the layout. That ink, by the way, I didn't ink the border strip just because it's a shiny surface, and I'm inking with the Tim Holtz Distress ink called Vintage Photo. So what I've done now is I decided that I wanted that border at the top shorter. It just felt really heavy to me, like a roof was collapsing would be the best way to describe it. So I cut it down to a little bit less than half of what the border strip was, and then I just took the remainder there and I put it on the bottom right left. And that's just a nice diagonal across the layout. So we read in English-speaking countries, at least, we read left to right. So you start at the top left of a page and end on the bottom right, and that's exactly the way those two border strips go. So it draws your eye in a diagonal across the layout, and the photos are in the middle. So it really helps put a focus on your photo. If you're trying to figure out like how I get that, why, even though I have lots of layers, the photos still stand out or still are the main focus. That's why. Plus, of course, they're in the middle of the layout as well. I did put the papers slightly askew here, and also realized I'd forgotten to ink the doily, so I went back and did that because the edges they really needed to blend in with everything else, and I accomplished that by doing this. So this portion of the layout came together pretty quickly, and now I'm trying to figure out how to embellish this. And I had pulled, when I pulled my envelope of crepe paper out, these 3 cut-aparts were there. So my idea was to get these cut-aparts on this layout. However, I kind of know already that they are not going to work. That I was showing you because that border strip was the last piece on that sticker sheet. Yay for me using up a sheet of stickers. So now I've gone to my die cut packs with crepe paper to see what other kinds of things I can pull for embellishments. And I found these labels. They are from the Close Knit Ephemera pack. And I'm kind of trying to figure out, can I put like them up underneath? I like this red one, but I want to pull the border off there a little bit. Because I'm thinking I'm going to put it somewhere near the photos or on the bottom, and the border was just sticking out a little bit too much to me. So once I cut that off, I really liked that red label. And it goes back and forth as to where I'm going to put it. I try to layer some labels together. I don't really care for that. I did like that craft yay tag, but there's not really room for it is the best way I could describe it. Right now the layout feels very balanced, and to put it on just that one side really unbalances it. If I wanted to do that, I would have probably had to shift the whole photo cluster over, and that would have worked, but it doesn't work. I'm thinking about taking that camera and putting it on the bottom board, but that doesn't work. So now I'm working with this banner, and that is not going to make it. And I think this is Craft Market, if I remember correctly, that I'm kind of pulling things from right now. Yes, it is, because I know the scissors is in Craft Market. So I'm just trying lots of different things. I have a lot of large embellishments left from these die cut packs. I try that little striped craft heart there. That's not going to work. It's just too much with the stripe of the charming paper, and the stripes are going a different direction. Here I'm looking at my sheets of crepe paper stickers that are left, and I keep these sitting by my elbow on the left side of my desk, and that way I try to remember to use them on layouts because they're sitting right there. You know, there's just a few stickers left on each of them. I did pull some Jelly Bean Soup sticker sheets, and I grabbed this sticker that said awesome. I think it said awesome, and thought about using it, but it's really not the right green. It's also pretty cream colored, and even though the Maggie Holmes has some of that in it, really the charming paper is a white. It's not creamy. And then I remembered I had these gold word stickers from the Style Board collection. It's just the stickers from Style Board, and I really want to use these up, so I grabbed those, and I'm going to grab 2 stickers. The top one says Loving Life, and I'm going to trim that up because it was a little bit too wide to sit between the border sticker and the border paper that I have up there. So I put that one down, and they look like they were made with a label maker. And then the one on the bottom right says Bliss. And really, mostly my embellishing is going to be done with this. So I remembered to ink that up, that label there. and I decided the top there would be a perfect spot for my title. So I'm going through now trying to decide what color I wanted to use. Originally I wanted to use a green letter sticker that was close to the green and charming, but I didn't have anything. I tried kind of a pinky red in a couple of different fonts, but I really didn't like that. I think it's one of those things where it was too close and I don't have enough of that color on there. So I tried that, and I'm thinking, well, now what am I gonna do? And I remembered I had these craft stickers. I didn't want to put them on top of the craft doily because I just thought the two colors didn't work all that well together. Tried it on the bottom, but because they have stripes and the craft is so light, those didn't work. Now you know why we have so many thickers, right? And then I thought about my gold thickers, especially because I already have some gold in those labels. And I grabbed this font from Dear Lizzie. It's called Woodland, and it was from the Fine and Dandy collection. Now these are a little bit tough because you have to be really careful when you pull them off the sheet, because if you bend them at all, you crease them. That's one thing I don't like about this font. I love the foil look of them, but I don't like that you crease it. And I think I creased my N when I took it off there, but you know, oh well, you know, they're probably going to get creased eventually from people looking through the albums or just being in the album. So I'm thinking I'm probably not going to maybe make this go straight on the layout, you know, the title straight across the top, but I thought I'm going to try it to see what I think, and definitely decide that I don't like it straight across the layout, that I want it to kind of rest somehow on each of the photos, which are obviously at an angle. I'm just getting down my ATG there. That's one of the beauties of the wax papers, that you can move things around there. So I'm just going to put the font down. Play with the letters a little bit. And I rarely do this with my titles. You know, normally they're pretty straight across layouts and that kind of stuff, and resting on different things. So this was a little bit of a challenge, but I really like the way that it came out, the way that it looks in the end. And what I did there is I knew I had a date on the back of the photo, and if you've seen me work before, any of my videos, you know I always have dates in the back of my photos, and I almost always forget to look, or I look and then I forget what the date was. So that's what I just did there, is I was just checking out what the date was. Now I am also thinking that I wanted a little bit, something a little bit more weight up on that title, so I just grabbed the little symbol there. So now it says hashtag pizza night, and I like the way that looks because it gives just a little, it takes a little bit more space up on the top there. Just did a little bit of journaling, and now I'm looking at this because I think it needs something more, and I think it needs enamel dots, but because they're foil, I don't think just a regular gold enamel dot's gonna look right. I thought about putting Heidi Shine on there, or Heidi Swap Gold Color Shine, and didn't think it would work. So I grabbed the just the dots, the periods from the font. It's all done. Here's a still shot and a couple of detail shots. Hope you are all well. We'll talk to you again soon. Bye.